Hey everybody, welcome to Cards and Sharps. How's everybody doing? Good. Glad to hear it. Doing good myself. Always doing good when I get to play with knives. All right. You're looking at the CRKT Pilar. And yes, I already did a video on that, so this is not about it. This is about its big brother. That's right. We have a Pilar Large version. This is the sized up version of the Jesper Voxnay's design Pilar. And we're going to see what we think of it. First, we'll just kind of look at them side by side here. And yes, it is larger. I mean, it does not look like a huge knife, but it is definitely more to it. And actually, the blade is just a little bit bigger. It's more in the handle, and there's some other features here that we'll discuss that are different about it. First, what a lot of make them difference to a lot of people is the blade material. The large here comes in with the D2 steel, which is an upgrade. It's going to hold the edge better, and it is sharp, very sharp out of the box. Another big difference is it's got a flipper. So in my mind, they took a knife that I like and addressed a lot of the drawbacks that I found to it. The overall length is just a little over 6.5 inches, and the blade is 2.6. So still not a long blade, but it's for what it's designed for. That fits perfect length, I think, for a good utility knife. It's a sheep's foot design, just like the original. And this one has G10 scales on one side here, and still has the stainless on this side with the frame lock in there. It comes in black. I believe it also comes in the just a stonewashed look. It's going to be right hand only. Sorry if for those of you like to carry in your left pocket, but it is right handed, but it is tip up, tip down. It does come out of the box tip down, which if I keep this knife, I will switch it over to tip up, which I was going to do with the regular size Pilar, but one of the screws just would not, I don't know if they had too much Loctite on it, but it just would not come out, and it wouldn't to round out the screws, so just left it as it is. I don't carry that knife anyway. It's one I keep in the drawer, but when I do stuff around the house, I usually grab it. Like if something comes in and I need to open a box or something like that, I do use that knife for it. It's got a thumb hole, which I don't know really why you would use that when you got a flipper, but it gives you your option. You can use your thumb to open it, or it flips open. This knife just came in, so I haven't fidgeted with it a lot, so it's not totally broke in yet. It doesn't just flip out there. you know, definitely it's not as smooth as ones with, say, ball bearings. It looks like it's got some Teflon washers in it. You can see those in there. They show up against that black pretty well. And again, this is a designed by Jesper Voxnaes, and the Pilar is a name they come up with, which is was the name of Ernest Hemingway's sailboat. I really not sure what the connection between a knife and a sailboat is, but it's gives it a cool sounding name. Again, you gotta call them something, I guess. But so what I think about this knife? Well, what they did is they took the features I like about the original, which is a very utilitarian design. A utilitarian blade, and made it one that I would actually consider carrying versus the original. The original, just a little small, not as easily deployed, and just feels a little small in the hand for a lot of duties. For this, the large comes in at just the right length now on the handle. I get a good grip, good purchase on it. You guys still got that big forward finger choil, so you can get in there and with it being a shorter blade, you can get in there and really do some fine work with it. And it also just has that nice feeling that you can of durability, and it's not too delicate or anything like that. I know the original works really well. I love it for when I'm opening boxes or cutting up some cardboard, and I think this one would do that job very well as itself. The G10 just gives you a little better feel to it, a little more refined feel, and definitely some grip with some texture to it, where the stainless, if you were using this in a wet situation where your hands get wet, that feels like that could be slick. This one feels like you're gonna keep that grip on it without any issues. Again, they have no jumping on the back. I like to see if they don't put it on the blade, at least put a little bit on the handle right there. But still, you get your finger locked in here and your thumb back here, and you don't feel like it's gonna slip too much on you, but a little bit of jumping would be nice right there. And it's the length, besides fitting the hand better, just feels like you're going to get a little more of the weight down in your pocket, and it's not going to feel as top heavy, because it is it's not a light knife. It weighs in at about 3.5 ounces, so it's not super heavy, and really I don't think the large one feels as heavy as I can't remember what the weight was on the original, but the large feels actually lighter, and that's going to be because half of it's G10 on the handle. So that also is another feature that is going to make it a little friendlier for carry situations. So yeah, I see where this one stays in the drawer, and just I grab it when I'm going to be doing some chores around the house, and this one I could actually see myself carrying. I have not carried it yet, so apologize. I like to try to carry knives I talk about a little while first to be able to give an impression, but just hadn't tried to carry this one yet, and still on the fence of whether I'm going to keep it. This one I'm definitely keeping. Like I said, it gets used a lot around the house, and I don't carry it, but it does get used, and it fits in that category that the value of it that I could sell it for isn't worth me getting rid of it, if that makes sense. These go for $25 or so, and it's worth more than that for me to keep it. I get that much use out of it. These will run you about $50, which is a good value. You're getting a good quality knife with a good fit and finish. Don't know how durable the them washers are long term, but it feels like it has a nice finished feel to it. All there's no sharp edges. All the edges are rounded. It's smooth. I don't feel any hot points. And like I said, it probably could use some fidgeting to break it in to get that opening a little smoother. Maybe a drop of oil down in there or something. But these knives will run you about $50, so that seems like a good value. That's still in a budget range for knives, and I think it's a knife that is very usable, and I think a lot of people could get a lot of use out of it. So, all in all, I like it. And it does address, like I said, it addresses a lot of the issues I have with the original. But I don't know if it makes it. I don't know if it makes it enough that makes me want to keep it as a keeper. When can get a little more money for it. Now you're getting up around $50. Now it's in the yeah, I could probably sell it and feel pretty good about it. But then you never know. I love knives, and I like the look and the design of the sheep's foot blade, and I wanted one, and I got that one, and even though that one's got some flaws, I still like it, and I probably like this one better if you had to ask me which knife I had to have. I like this one better, but as far as what they'll do, that one will do it as well for cheaper. All right, well, that's all I've got. Let me know what you think of the Pilar Large and the D2 with the G10. And like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. Tell your friends about us. And when we get to 100 subscribers, I'll be giving that Leatherman away to one of the lucky viewers. So be sure and comment and let me know what you think. All right, that's all I've got. We'll see you guys next time.